Thokozani, Ninjani. Welcome again to another upload on
Divine Decibels.
Divine Decibels with
Zesilo.
Zisilo Zelianda Hlongwane. And
Yes.
what are we talking about today?
Today's topic is being spiritually gifted as a teenager.
Yer, being spiritually gifted as a teenager. That's pretty loaded.
Yes.
But as we get into this topic, let's just start off by you telling us what you think being spiritually gifted actually means.
Okay, so how I see it is that it's a situation of there was a certain person that was reincarnated, and then after that came brought back their gift from their past life, and basically whoever this person was reincarnated in has to fulfill the gift that the person brought.
Okay, so basically, what you're saying is you are a reincarnate right now.
Yes.
In other words, you know that you have lived on this earth before
Yes.
in another avatar,
Yes.
and that your soul, after that avatar got old and passed on,
Yes.
your soul took on another avatar, i.e., another physical body,
Yes.
and came to this earth, bringing with it whatever gifts that it had,
Yes.
that it is now using the new avatar to
Yes.
exercise those gifts.
Yes.
All right, that's interesting. So, tell me a little bit about what your experience has
Excuse me.
been as a spiritually gifted person. For example, um, here, let me put it more specifically
Okay.
like this. How did you know you were spiritually gifted?
So basically, there's a situation of this. There's several signs that you can tell that your child's gifted. You know, for me, it was signs of by I'll start burping unregularly, or even if I haven't drank anything that has any like acid and stuff. Like, I wouldn't like burp. I would burp differently from how people would. I'll start having dreams about people that passed on talking to me. And then after that, I would have dreams about like lions, white lions and stuff. I'll just have really weird dreams. And then there would be times where I'll go to a certain place and you can feel good. See, I'm not supposed to be there. Or I'll just feel dizzy and want to go away from that place. And then after that, there would be void. There would like be something that would whisper, that person did this or this is about to happen, and then it would happen.
Wow, wow, that's really powerful. So, tell me, is it scary for you to be having all these dreams or having these premonitions or getting messages about what people are doing or what people are up to?
I mean, the first time I ever encountered this whole gift situation, yes, it was very scary. It was very very scary.
Ah,
It took some time for me to get used to the situation, but yes, it was very scary.
so tell me, when you would have the dreams, for example,
Yes.
the dreams of, say, like you said, white
Yeah.
lions or people like grandparents
Yeah.
or old people who some you don't even know,
Yeah.
who would you tell? And then how do you know from those dreams that you're gifted? Did you talk to somebody about it?
Yeah.
How did you find out?
So basic so basically there's a situation whereby I would speak to my father. If not my father, I'd speak to my mom. And then after that, my mom would tell me, "But this dream means this dream means that. This is what they're trying to tell you. This is what they're trying to show you." And then after that, my mom knew, it's just that she didn't tell me.
Right, right,
So that's when I remember this one time we were making crystals, and then after that she told me to know, man, you gifted. And
right.
yeah, that's when I found out because I'm gifted.
That's amazing. So here's the thing, as we're having this conversation, obviously we're having this conversation for people who are your age,
Yes.
sometimes a little bit younger, sometimes a little bit older,
Yes.
who are having these, what we would call paranormal experiences,
Yes.
and they don't quite understand what's going on.
Yes.
And say they don't have someone to talk to about this,
Yes.
what advice would you give, say, somebody who's in that situation? Say, for example, they're from a Christian family,
Yes.
And we know that in Christianity, they really don't believe in the ancestral gifts or even in the idea of ancestors,
Yes.
or that your ancestors are alive and are there to guide you. And
Yes.
sometimes they go to extremes and call ancestors demonic.
Yes.
What would you say to a young person in that
I
situation?
mean, the one thing that I would tell you right now is that I understand where you're coming from, and in situations whereby there's plenty of people out there that are going to support you, it's not just a situation whereby you would have family just in family, you wouldn't have family like bloodline family.
Mm,
There's spiritual family out
mm,
there that are willing to guide you and willing to help you in all this thing. You know, that's why there's some people that would come here to GEK, and then after that they would find good, man, this is family, family comforts this, they do that, they understand this. So the one thing I can tell you is that just keep on pushing, you know because there's you didn't choose this path. You didn't choose this path at all. It was a situation whereby this path was brought to you as a young one.
yeah.
So
And
just
actually, you're born with this, right?
exactly.
That's another thing we need to clarify,
Yes.
especially for young people
Yeah.
who, for the most part, their life seemed to have been fine,
Yeah.
and then suddenly they start getting dreams or they start hearing things.
Yeah.
It's not that you are acquiring or getting a gift.
Yeah.
You were
You
born
were
with
born
this
with
gift,
this.
and then at some point in your life,
Yes.
the gift itself starts manifesting.
Yes.
But then you, Zisilo, are somewhat different because you are in a family of gifted people.
Yes.
You have brothers who are spiritually gifted.
Yes.
You have parents who are spiritually gifted.
Yes.
So, as a child, do you remember anything at all where your gift or people started to notice that you were gifted, even when you were very, very young?
Yes. I remember when I was like 6 years old. I remember there was a time where I scared my sister.
Mm,
Whereby I was sitting on the stairs and apparently there was someone, one of my family members, was sick, right?
uh huh.
And then after that, she saw me and she looked at me. She said, "Cecilo, what's wrong? Why you sad?" I told her, "Good, man, one of our family members is sick, right?" And then after that, 3 or 2 days go by. We get a call from that family member saying, "So Guti, I'm sick. This
Wow.
and this is happening."
Wow.
And that's when people realize Guti, he's very gifted.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. So, what are some of the challenges that you've encountered being spiritually gifted? For example, you go to school.
yeah,
So, in school, for example, you wear beads,
yeah,
um, which you have to wear
yes,
because, part of being spiritually gifted is that you're shown certain things that you're supposed to get,
yes,
and then you're supposed to wear either beads on your wrists or on your ankles or around your neck.
yes.
So, what has that been like at school for you as spiritually gifted?
I mean, at school there would be a little criticism, you know, and then there would be like people. One thing I've realized is that there's certain people that like to joke around with the situation, and it's also a thing of they don't realize, Gucci, this thing that they're doing is it's very dangerous, because it's a situation whereby I would be minding my own business at school,
Mm.
and then after that someone would hear, "Hey, hey," while I'm walking past, and
Oh, they'd be making fun of
yeah,
you. Oh,
yeah.
wow.
So it's also just something that's very 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 disturbing sometimes, but never the doubts, there's a lot of people that are genuinely wondering and genuinely asking the same questions every time,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
the one challenge that keeps on happening is just criticism.
Right. So, is criticism coming from your peers or
Yes.
is criticism coming from teachers? How are teachers making accommodations for spiritually gifted kids?
I can even talk about this. Last year, there was a situation whereby one of my teachers last year had some issues, and apparently in class I started writing something on a paper. I talked to that teacher after the class was finished, um, and that teacher did not like what I said because I was telling the truth.
Oh,
And
wow.
now every time I get into class, she would make fun of me or she would try and like um targets at me all the time.
Well, tell me, was it something about the teacher you were
Yes,
told
yes,
and then you passed on the message?
yes.
Yer. And she was not happy.
Yes, she wasn't happy at all. But there was nothing I could do but just tell her the message.
And this is what people don't understand about being spiritually gifted. Sometimes you're told a message for somebody,
Yeah,
and generally we just don't go around telling people their stories or their
yeah,
issues.
yeah,
But there are times where spirit will literally force you to tell
yeah,
somebody their message.
yeah,
And if you don't, you're not okay.
yeah,
So just for people to understand that, spiritually gifted people aren't out there x-raying everybody and then telling you your stuff.
yeah,
Sometimes we're shown things, right, and we don't say anything.
yeah,
They're just giving us information.
yeah,
But then sometimes if it's urgent, they will show us something and tell us to go and tell the person.
yeah.
And it's unfortunate because sometimes the person that's sending you to talk to doesn't receive the message very well.
Yes.
So this brings me to the next question.
Excuse me.
And this question has to do with how, a lot of spiritually gifted people, and I'm talking about adults and young people as well, have been
Yeah,
labeled witches.
yeah,
Has that ever happened to you?
yeah. Yeah, it's actually something. It's something that me and my sister actually go through quite often.
Right.
There's some family members that I won't disclaim who, but there are some family members whereby um my sister would pasha, and then after that, that family member would just say, "Hey, yeah, tagata, hey, so you're now doing this, you're now doing that," and it's also a situation whereby they don't understand good to you. We are just embracing our gift.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, when they come and they want to start shouting and saying good to you, witches, you're doing this, you're doing that. I've had several family members label me and my sister as witches because of us paddling and doing this.
Yeah. It's so unfortunate because as a spiritually gifted child, you
Yeah,
talk about ukupahla,
yeah,
which is when you communicate in a specific way, with your guides and
yeah,
your ancestors.
yeah,
This is something that is necessary as a spiritually gifted person, right?
yeah,
Because this is where you get your guidance. This
yeah,
is where you have to be in constant and continuous communication
yeah,
with your gift givers or the spirits that make you this gifted person.
yeah,
What do you have to say to the person who's in a Christian family and they find out they have a gift through some of the signs that you've talked about,
yeah,
having dreams of things that happen and come true,
yeah,
having visions
yeah,
where you see something about to happen or something about someone,
mm,
where you dream of water, sometimes being underwater.
yeah,
You dream a lot of snakes, big snakes,
yes,
pythons.
yes,
You
yes,
dream of yourself, maybe sitting on an eagle and flying high, or
yes,
you dream of lions like
yes,
yourself, or you
yes,
dream of leopards or cheetahs or
yes,
tigers.
yes.
What would you say to that person who's in a Christian family and who doesn't even know where to start with ukuphatha?
Mm.
How do they get help?
Well, the one thing that I would recommend, is that I understand that one of your parents or your family members not might not embrace your gift or this thing that is going on. But the one thing I can tell you is that just keep on following this gift. No matter what everyone is saying, you need to partner strongly. You need to partner honestly about because it's a genuine thing that you have to constantly doing. You have to constantly partner and stuff. And being in a Christian family, they might say, "Hey, you demonic this, you demonic that," and I understand that, but um, you seriously need to partner though.
Yeah, and I would also add to that to say to those who are in such situations and families, just
Mm.
remember that it's not going to be like that forever.
Yes,
Just
yes,
remember that you do grow and you will come to a point in your life where you're living in your own space
yes,
and you can make your own decisions. As long
yes,
as you are within your parents' care, it's going to be challenging if your family is not supportive of your
yes,
gift. But the thing about this gift is that sometimes young people such as yourself start experiencing challenges with work at school.
Yes.
Some start passing out.
Yes.
Some, when it comes to exam
Excuse me.
time, they sit for an exam and they can't see, the paper goes blank.
Yes.
There are all sorts of
Yes.
ways, I think, in which these ancestors will communicate to
Through
the family
science.
members through signs like that, that
Yes.
listen, whether you like it or not,
This has to
this
happen.
child is gifted.
Yes.
And most times it's when things get desperate that
Yes.
the family members, Christian
Yes.
or not, supportive or not, if
Yes.
they love their child,
Yes.
they will get up and start to do something about it.
Yes. Yes.
That's amazing, Z. So far in your journey,
Yes.
is this hard? I mean, you're a young person,
Yes.
you want to be out there maybe with your friends kicking it. How does this affect your relationships and your friends? And the reason I ask is because I know as an adult
Yeah.
that when I embraced my gift and I didn't have a choice in it, I had to.
Yeah.
Um, I lost a lot of people.
Yeah.
How has this been for you? Do you think young people are more accepting, or have you lost a lot of friends?
I mean, it's a situation whereby I only have like three loyal friends that are still there, but they do understand what's going on. They're the people that are always asking me, Witty, is this happening? What does this mean? What does this mean? I have a dream about this. I have a dream about that. There's loyal friends that are out there. But I've realized, Uti, there are some friends that even in my transport sometimes, as I'll be going to school, I'll just hear them talking badly about me. And those are really genuinely good friends that I had
Yeah,
before I had to do this whole
yeah,
spiritual thing.
sure. And to help some people like yourself out there understand, I know you and I have had this conversation.
Yes.
The spiritual gift is a very special gift.
Yes.
And spiritually gifted people, to be honest, we're not normal, are we? We
No.
don't live according to the normal rules of
Yes.
everybody else.
Yes.
Our lifestyle is very, very different.
Yes.
And so you'll find that, yes, when you start on your path, you are going to lose a lot of people simply because your lifestyle also has to change.
Yes.
There are certain places we can't go, there are certain things that we can't do. There are certain ways of being that we cannot anymore
Yes.
because that gift is what channels how you live your life.
Yes.
And I can imagine for young people it must be really hard. But I think when you embrace your gift, say the way you have,
Yes.
you find that your gift embraces you. So
Yes.
you're doing a lot of amazing things because you've embraced who you are.
Yes.
And so while there is a downside to it, if you like, I think the benefits of really embracing your gifts are much, much greater. Am I right?
Yeah, you're completely right. You're
Yeah,
completely right.
yeah,
Yeah. It's just I feel like people um don't have to hide the situation anymore, because how I see it is that our generation is taking a change in us.
yes, I love it. I love it for you guys. I love it for the world. I love it
Yes.
for us because I think we're in an age now where young people are more embracing of their culture, are more embracing of African spirituality,
Yes.
and are rejecting all the things that have kept us colonized and kept us mentally enslaved, right?
Yes.
And as a result, you're finding that there's a lot of creativity around among you guys.
Yes.
You guys are super creative. You are conscious in a way that I, at 14 years old, was not, right?
Yes.
And so I love it for you guys. And yeah, I think any last words for your peers so we round this off nicely?
Okay. The one thing I can say is that, guys, there might be a lot of challenges that are going on right there. There might be a lot of challenges that are going on. But the one thing I can tell you is that just continue doing what you're doing. It's for a good purpose, anyways. You understand, throughout all the looks, all this and that. But the people that are out there that understand where you're coming from and understand what you're going through. You understand? We're not normal at the end of the day.
We're special.
Yes, we're not
Yes.
normal at the end of the day, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I just need to say this. Just embrace yourself, embrace this gift that you are given.
And one last thing from me. I love having you as a gifted child, because you are going to do great things for the world. You're going
Yes.
to do great things for Bagwantu, for
Yes.
the black family.
Yes.
And so the gift is not for yourself, right?
Yes.
The gift, you go through the journey
Yes.
of growing this gift and becoming mature in this gift. But
Yes.
at the end of the day, your gift serves a higher purpose.
Yes.
And that I think is extraordinary. And that I think is such an honor and a privilege. And so, Mkulu, Togoza, Togoza
Tokoza,
Mkulu,
Tokoza.
thank you for having me
Thank you for
and
having me.
for sharing such wonderful information with you.
No,
Thank
thank
you
you.
guys for watching and
Yes.
see you on our next upload. Mastogozin.